So what is the significance of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya?
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudeva means the source of all sources. And I understand that that is Krishna, so that is the beginning of the end of, that is the beginning of Vedant. Vedant means where knowledge ends, material knowledge ends and spiritual knowledge starts. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya means that I am, Vasudeva is the most powerful energy of Krishna for creation and of knowledge, of Gyan actually. Vasudeva means most enlightened, highest form of knowledge also. So that is the expansion of Krishna, that is the knowledge-giving expansion. Anirudh is the one, Anirudh means one who cannot be stopped, the most powerful, unstoppable. And Shankarshan is one who is most attracting everything and also winding up. Karshan means to take away. So when the universe is taken away, the material universe, the Shankarshan aspect or Lord Shiva aspect is working. And Pradyumna is another potency which is most brilliant and most bright and most opulent potencies. So these are various emotions and aspects of Krishna. So Vasudeva is his original aspect.
So when you deal with this, then it's just using their names, like he says that use the sound japa, or by just also just knowing that yes, like you just explained about each of them, the aspects of each of them.
Yeah, japa means chanting so that it impacts on your consciousness, and then that goes to change your consciousness. So the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, another, this is meant for the great, this is also considered a liberation mantra, because you get knowledge from this mantra. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is chanted before we talk about the Bhagavad Gita, so that we can get that knowledge, the Gyan. So this is invoking the knowledge potencies, that you have the full knowledge. And when you say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, that I worship Vasudeva, means that I know who Vasudeva really is, which is Krishna. Although he appears in so many expansions. So there are his Vaibhav expansions and there's Prabhav expansions, which are two different kinds. Basically it is the same, but the Prabhav is where he is similar appearing, but color is different, like Lord Balram. Or he is identical to himself as he multiplies himself. For example, when Lord Brahma stole the cows and his cowherd friends to see, what would happen, and then Krishna expanded himself to all of those. Or when he got married to 1008 wives, and Narad Muni decided to go and see which wife he was, in which wife's house he was, and then he found he was there doing everything in different ways. Sometimes, and he was identically present. So it is inconceivable.
So isn't that a representation that he's in everyone? So
yeah, he is there as your super soul, but he is not acting through. You are not him. That is not the same representation, because that is him without you. That is him himself, identical to himself, expanded in many forms. So when Krishna is on the battlefield, he is different from Krishna in Vrindavan. You understand? But he is the same Krishna. But he is appearing differently according to activity. So he may be sitting in Golok Vrindavan, and then he is sitting in the Vrindavan here. They're different. And yet the same. Sitting in your heart says the super soul.
As the super soul, but it's him.
Well, it is an expansion through Vishnu. It is a few steps away.
So we are not talking to him?
You are. You are, but it's a different connection.
That doesn't feel nice.
Why?
We want to be with talking to him.
Yeah, so you are talking to him, but he is coming in the Vishnu expansion as the super soul aspect of Krishna. He can manifest anywhere. Like Parikshit Maharaj, when he was in the womb and he was being protected from the Brahmastra, he appeared there also as super soul in full Krishna form, but he was tiny. So the form can be very different. It can be tiny, it can be huge, it can be infinite, it can be anything. Like the Vaman avatar is from one of these 4 Purusha avatars. And he is like a dwarf Brahmin who expanded himself to cover the entire universal creation. So it's different.
So it's different only Vishnu, the Lord inside is how different from the Lord we are talking about?
Like 3% which Vishnu is like different.
No. There's no 3%. It's different. The Vishnu aspect is that aspect of Krishna which is present throughout the universe atomically and subatomically. So in your heart also he is present like that. And he can choose to manifest fully there also, depending on reciprocity, depending on what is your progress and qualification. He is there, but he may not show himself completely.
Even if we are assuming it is him in that form?
Your assumption has nothing to do, you can't say, I'm assuming you are there, now you show yourself.
Not for showing, I'm fine with not showing, but I thought I was relating all this time with
You are relating to him.
with Krishna.
Yes,
That
yes, that is the
disturbed me.
Paramatma.
I can't understand why.
You can
I
keep being
can't
disturbed.
understand why.
What is the disturbance?
To be anybody else.
Who's anybody else is the same thing you are, that is the lack in your understanding. The Paramatma form is the 4-handed form. Not the 2-handed form, but the 4-handed becomes the 2-handed. It is like, for example, when Vasudev was in the prison house, Krishna first appeared as a 4-handed form and then turned into the 2-handed. So he can, there's no limitation to how he goes. But in the 4-handed form, he is the witness. So he may or may not choose to manifest to you as 2-handed. You can't legislate it. And they are the same eventually, but showing different moods. So like he first appeared in the mind of and the heart. Actually, he first appeared in the heart of Vasudeva in the 4-handed form that was transferred to Devki's womb, and then from there he appeared out again as 4-handed form, and then on their request, then he showed himself as 2-handed. So it is a portion, an infinite portion of the infinite in form, and as you develop, he will reveal himself to you more or less depending on what is going on.
So
He's not different.
His father also has the same name, Vasudeva, and he also.
Yeah, Vasudev and Vasudev.
There's an addition of syllable.
Vasudev and Vasudev. No. Vasu and Vasu. The king of the Vasus. And Vasudev Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatmana Sudurlabha. So those who understand that Krishna is actually Vasudev, Krishna is the source of all sources, such a person is a great soul. Okay, so we will conclude here.
You've been listening to a discussion with Nala Narula on www.gettingpositivekarmanow.com.